fluoride in the water might be helping that, but it might also be doing other things. On the planet, it's in seawater. Foods like fish, tea, and gelatin contain it, and it is a naturally occurring substance in minerals. That is to say, it's in all of the rocks, because it's everywhere. Fluorine is washed into the water supply during erosion, and then we drink it. Fluoride is just fluorine with an extra electron, and when we see it in toothpaste, food, or drinking water, it's actually sodium fluoride, or in our bodies, it's calcium fluoride. Stuff in the body. Whether it belongs in the drinking water is a complicated question. Stuff in the body. So for the moment, water fluoridation is still a thing, but what do you think about it?
How do I get into that kind of TV?
Blah, 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 blah.
Michael, Vsauce here. And if Flat Earth wore pants, would it wear them like this? Or like this?
Where everything didn't go right and it worked, which is that's a good trait to have. You plug things in and dials, and it's temperature controlled, blah, blah, blah. Controlled, blah, 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 blah. Controlled, blah, blah, blah. Controlled, blah, 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 blah.
Is it serious? It is urgent, and it is growing. Which constitutes a serious threat to global security.
A serious issue.
It's dependent on oil. And these technologies will help us be better stewards of the environment. And they will help us to confront the serious challenge of global change.
You can't say it, but you know it's true. It's very serious implications for the way, but you know it's true. Goldman Sachs.
Yesterday, we have.
And you have made it a serious part of your agenda. And you did say in the State of the Union,
the concentration of greenhouse gases in the air. The concentration of greenhouse gases in the air. The concentration of greenhouse gases in the air. Keep your eye on the man, not the dog. Weather is hard to predict, like my friend here, but climate is predictable. The concentration of greenhouse gases in the air.
So if you were to spend another year down here, what would you do differently?
Not bring as much stuff.
As such, you have to care about this road, and you have to know about what's going on there. There is a good expression in English language, peace of mind. I really like it. Peace of mind is a very nice thing to have.
Go ahead, John. No. John Roberts, go ahead. CNN's fake news. I don't take questions. I don't take questions from CNN. CNN is fake news. I don't take questions.
It'll be so easy for them to restart. Mr. President, they're not going to be restarting anything. They restart it, they're going to have big problems, bigger than they've ever had before.
To the back of the barn, me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. You know, he's Mr. Tough Guy. You know when he's Mr. Tough Guy? When he's standing behind a microphone by himself.
The caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that.
I said, Rand, I've had you up to here.
It's like the moons. Everybody's enthusiastic about the moon. We were just talking to John about NASA, and of course China has plans for putting humans on the moon again. Thank you so much.
China.
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 China. China. China.
Promulgating the same narratives, relying on the same sources, even using the same phrases. I mean, think of it. There are literally thousands of legitimate news stories that could be reported in a given day, and an infinite number of ways to report them. When everybody's on the same page, It might be the result of an organized campaign.
It's extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Your problem. There's a growing anti-intellectual strain in this country. It may be the beginning of the end of our informed democracy.
Mongo only pawn in game of life.
Get that cat out of here. Yes, sir.
Into torture.
Dr. Furrier.
Michael.
Is that what they say about me?
Has to be.
And they want a ban.
What's a ban?
If it works for them, sure. Fine. Earth is a giant ball of lava with a thin crust.
Gee, I have never had so many clues.
That you're born into. So to help us understand this, right, just to show you how these people are inside, we're going to have a look at clips from a movie called Tommy. You see, in this movie, they're mocking people who are deaf, dumb, and blind. He's running around in circles around him, misleading him, right? She's there to distract him. You look at the phallic symbols below the mirror, right? That's what's put in front of him, right? That's her perfume is of phallic symbols, right? Right. So in one of her drunken stupids, she accidentally throws Tommy through the window, and he sees where the sun is. He recognizes the fact that the water's flat, and he runs across a level field. Right, this may be canola. Right, canola oil was designed for ships and for tanks, right, because of its resistance to water. Really. So, they've got glasses because they in darkness. Can't see what's in front of them. All of them. Whole families in darkness. Right. And Tommy, right, just by looking at a sunset on the ocean can tell you that the reason why you see the sun and its reflection on the ocean is because the ocean is flat. It's as simple as that. Right. So Tommy's mocking you, right? Laughing at you. He's free. And you're enslaved.
Seen.
Which brings us to ice cream.
I like that. That's like Barack. That's unusual. Third grade? Yep. Okay. The chocolate and the cone.
Chocolate and a cone?
Absolutely. The classic mint chocolate chip.
Mint chip.
All right, so now we're...
There's
all right,
chocolate.
there's the chocolate.
Ice cream man, so lonely. Ice cream man, I am so lonely. Ice cream man.
President Obama.
To the ice cream parlor with their dad. According to one witness with The Scoop, Sasha got cookie dough and Malia vanilla.
Joe Biden has spoken as if he were a member of Ice Cream Addicts Anonymous.
My name is Joe Biden, and I love ice cream.
DS pie, D-I-D-I-D-I. We are tough, you bet, filled with college pep. Bring him on, we cry.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Oh.
Rich guys like rock out sound, so do the babes. So rich guys make Now Donald Trump said something, said you got a bet, Rich guys like rockets and so do the babes. Some rich guys making rockets.
Adam.
What is Sweden?
Yes.
World is flat, or word is flat. 200, please.
Yeah. The world. Flat up? Yes.
NASA.
Animation.
Correct. NASA.
Animation.
Correct. NASA.
Yes.
Animation.
Correct. NASA.
Animation.
Correct.
Operation by one country's operatives pretending to be from another country is a false this attack. Called a false flag attack. Graham, let's go somewhere else.
Make a living. Hey, you tell a joke and I laugh. Give me the check, please. Thank you very much.
This animated series.
NASA.
Those 3 years. In scuba.
NASA. Correct.
Hi, everyone. I have some news to share with all of you on this information. But I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to keep working. I have to host Jeopardy for three more years.
If I were king of the forest.
He's the science guy.
It would change the world.
Bill Nye, what is global warming? Is it real?
I think it's real. I'm sure it's real. It's where those were the good old days. Yes, now when it gets warmer, warm things expand.
Like the volcano that Mars has called Olympus Mons. And they found that mass redistribution can cause Mars's spin axis to move.
It would work. Make sure
without landing.
Without landing.
So you just first do a little orbit.
A little, proper sized. And that worked. And so we suggest that this is the same way, the same architecture for going to Mars, is let's orbit first. And we did a study that you could orbit Mars in 2033 without increasing the NASA budget.
You can only go to Mars every 26 months because of the orbits. The thing that's really important, and this is really the legacy, the Prime Directive.
Starfleet takes the Prime Directive very seriously.
Of Star Trek. And it would take 54 minutes, and you can't tell us from them. $2 billion a year, which you buy a cup of coffee as a taxpayer, you paid for the whole thing.
Any curvature at all.
Neil, good to see you again. We got the stars always.
That's beautiful.
Neil, always.
It's Orion, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Now,
here, this is Earth. seen through the rings of Saturn. Earth. Earth. Oh. Earth. 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 Yip, yip, yip.
You must be so embarrassed!
And just a reminder, we are a speck.
Speck. It's speck.
In the middle of a cosmic void.
To the black void.
So embarrassed!
You know. Sure. Well, as soon as Mr. Costello gets here, I'll bring it down to you.
That's fine.
It's okay.
Oh, by the way.
What?
You know that lodge I belong to, the Fraternal Order of Mud Turtles?
Oh, yes.
Well, they're having their national convention here next week, and I'm on the committee. Now, they asked me if I could get a couple of judges for the bathing beauty contest. It's an annual affair, you know, and I thought maybe that you two boys might help me out.
But, Mr. Fields, we don't belong to your lodge.
That's just it. Members of the lodge can't be judges, must be impartial outsiders.
Well, and we're your boys.
I knew I could depend on you.
Sure.
The contest will take place next Saturday.
Okay, we'll be there.
Good. Wait a minute. We ought to be able to work this thing out.
What do you mean?
Especially if you and Costello would like to do me a little favor.
Why, for you, anything, Mr. Fields, anything at all.
You know,
just name it.
My niece, she's going to enter this mud turtle bathing beauty contest, and since you and Costello are going to be the judges, I thought maybe...
Oh, I see. Yes.
Hmm?
Stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is stupid.
You can say what you want about this country, and I love this place. I love the freedoms we used to have. I love it. I love that.
I depend on me. Throw your hands up at 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 me. What did you know you can get down?
Finally here tonight, a spy jet from the Cold War has a new mission, and you can't beat the view. Off we go with Jim Axelrod.
When a pilot is jetting along at 500 miles per hour, 70,000 feet above the earth, you might think their full attention is on the flying. But look at these pictures. Thank goodness Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Ross Francomont can multitask. Piloting a U-2 high-altitude reconnaissance plane over Canada last month, the 40-year-old was screaming across the sky when he realized the green lights swirling around his plane and reflecting into his cockpit were the Northern Lights. An amateur photographer who carries his Nikon 750D in the cockpit along with his kid stuffed animals, he'd captured pretty pictures from the air before, but he knew the Aurora Borealis, as the lights are also known, was a jaw-dropper.
On display in Moscow, the wreckage of pilot Francis Power's U-2 reconnaissance plane.
The U-2 first made headlines in 1960 when Francis Gary Powers was shot down in one over Soviet airspace, creating a highly tense international incident. But Lieutenant Colonel Francomont's U-2 moment is creating nothing but joy. Maybe a picture is worth 1,000 words. On the other hand, sometimes all you need is one. Wow. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
memory are right now being erased, and soon nobody will really remember.
It's ridiculous to me.
Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed! Very disappointed!
Wait a minute.
On behind the closed doors of the Masonic Lodge. In our prior...
Roddy Piper, wherever you are, you're going to get yours. Thank you very much.
The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat.
Time tonight.
Tell me, why men on bottom not fall off?
Never been there. Maybe they do.
When everyone thought the world was flat.
Folks like us.
Oh, you'll be all right.
Whoa, you made the international sign of the donut. Magnetic force.
They'll see that we've got class with a capital K.
Man on that moon.
Wow, big YouTube.
I trust you not to follow me tonight.
Hey, sir.
Hey, Pacer! Pacer!
Talking time for the penguin on top of your television set to explode.
25, the brain.
If you believe they put a man on the moon.
And time for the penguin on top of your television set to explode.
Nothing is real but the fool on the hill. Man on that moon. Sees the sun going down.
Come on in and see what's happening.
There are times when all the world's asleep.
You look terrible. I want you to eat. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Hey, do you know Obliteron? He pretends to be a hamster.
Interesting.
Here are the giant dinosaurs. All very nice.
Ah. Amazing.
Space, rockets, and all that.
Wow.
And through this door is the most amazing place of all.
Most amazing experience. I wait for it. I wait for it to come back. And then there'll be that moment where I see it.
More often.
Man on the moon.
Do you really feel an impulse to
Flat
do
stuff
Or
Earth.
are you doing them mechanically?
Hi RAH, what's shaking cool cats?
Probably blindfold.
Fruity Pebbles.
Instead, 20 years previously,
Don't you?
was goosh. Was goosh.
Why am I soft in the middle of
Was goosh.
graveyard?
Was goosh.
It's not going to fly up into the air.
Was goosh. Get a rag out. Was goosh.
Okay, everybody, today I'm going to be showing you what a ball would look like.
Was goosh.
I want to dismantle your belief
Yes,
system.
exactly. My whole world is crumbling. I need to believe in you, man.
I will say, the next thing I say may be mind-blowing to you.
You're losing ground.
Most amazing experience.
That's interesting, Wally.
You can sleep better tonight, so you can prove that the world is flat and sleep better tonight.
Bam! That's another way in what I do, in what I do. What's the word for?
I know you heard that. Why you look right at us?
Well.
Oh, you're so strong. Oh, we got it.
When Madison introduced us, she said you were ready to buy.
I thought I was. Dr. Cole?
I don't know how he did it, building this company from what?
Bang! Zoom! Straight to the moon. One of these days, Alice. Bang! Zoom! Straight to the moon. One of these days, Alice. Bang! Zoom! Straight to the moon.
200 experiments inside, but maybe even more importantly, for a sunset every 45 minutes. It's an entirely different perspective, you know?
All together.
It's an entirely different kind of flying.
It's like a tiny little waterfall and goes goosh, it goes goosh, it goes goosh into your other eye, goes goosh outside the spaceship. It's here, so if you actually do the research, you find out that we trained underwater thousands of times, and we don't just practice things going right, goes goosh, so that you are constantly walking, goes goosh, so you feel like it's realistic. And even if you're blinded, instead 20 years previously,
Don't you?
goes goosh, goes goosh,
Why am I soft in the middle of
goes goosh,
graveyard?
goes goosh,
It's not going to fly up into the air.
goes goosh. Get a rag out, goes goosh,
Okay, everybody, today I'm going to be showing you what a ball would look like.
goes goosh,
Flat earther.
goes goosh.
I have an answer. Whether or not it's the answer, that's to be determined.
Please, you're ruining what I believe in. Okay.
I want to dismantle your belief
Yes,
system.
exactly. My whole world is crumbling. I need to believe in you, man.
I will say, the next thing I say may be mind-blowing to you.
Okay.
Okay. Now. What? So one of them. So you have the lowest tide. It's called the neap tide.
The neap?
Neap.
Neap tide.
Neap tide.
See, look at this. It's not the moon. It was the sun all
the
along.
time. It was the sun all the time.
I see. And you think because, see.
Wait. So when people say, I feel the extra tidal forces from the moon, and it's full, it's just bullshit.
That's not important right now. You see, the first officer is ill, and the captain needs someone to...
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me.
Following through on my campaign pledge to stop the Johnson.
I wouldn't want to give away any secrets.
Care to give away?
Like the land, air, and sea.
The globe, so that's heads.
Fake news.
We may even have a
Space Force.
Curvature. Where? The curvature. Where is the curvature?
Space Force.
Space Force.
Space Force.
Oh, that's fake news.
Space Force.
We're going to
Space
have
Force.
the Space Force because it's a whole...
Space Force. Space Force. Space Force.
Space Force.
The world is flat. The world is flat.
The Space Force because it's a whole...
Fine. Earth is a giant ball of lava with a thin crust.
This guy is planning on launching himself into orbit.
Wow. Dreams do come true.
The same one that they claim.
Hey, do you know Obliteron? He pretends to be a hamster.
John Roberts guy. CNN's fake news. I don't take questions. I don't take questions from CNN. CNN is fake news. I don't take questions. It'll be so easy for them to restart. Israel's going to be launching. That'll land on the moon. So.
China!
Yes. High space technology.
Connection.
Is real. The mustard gas, anthrax, napalm, to the bombs.
Can make it a lot more pleasant. Say, isn't it time you smiled on your way to the dentist? Got crest.
Are they slow moving, Chief? Yeah, they're all messed up.
Free men shall stand and praise the power made and preserved us a nation. We must, when our cause it is just,
It's not okay to say that the earth is flat.
free and the home of the brave.
KLRU, Channel 18 in Austin, and KLRN, Channel 9 in San Antonio.
Stop it.
Who are you?
Is part of the experiment. Stingray. Then on Miami Vice.
And so we come to the end of our broadcast schedule. It's been our pleasure to have had a place in your day. KNDU operates on Channel 25, serving Richland, Pasco, and Kennewick, Washington, with an effective radiated peak power of 550,000 watts visual and 55,000 watts oral by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C. KNDU is owned and operated by Columbia Empire Broadcast Corporation, with studios located at 3312 West Kennewick Avenue, Kennewick, and our transmitter located at Jump Off Joe Butte. It's been our pleasure having you with us. From the staff and management of KNDU TV, I wish you a very good night and a good morning.
Your columns have been fantastic in these horrible times. Horrible times, great columns. And of course, when I read them, I can't help but thinking of your seminal book, The World is Flat, and...
All right, station, this is Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook. Can you hear me okay?
When you live in farm country and you have to get around on foot, it's hard to get anywhere.
Connecting folks
Hey, Mark,
who
I
are...
read you loud and clear. It's a pleasure to talk with you today.
Great to talk to you guys, too.
Are the allegations true that you were secretly a lizard?
The astronaut ice cream a real thing?
Those chicks are hypnotized. Ice in a trance, aided only by the mysterious 5,000-pound weight.
And as always, we appreciate your comments.
Good morning, KCWX TV Anthem.
Placing two metal plates a certain distance apart, and electrifying them with high voltage, high frequency currents, Tesla currents, or microwaves. At sufficiently high voltage and frequency, the space between them became solid state. It also worked with one plate only, suspending the zinc plate, 1/8 thick x 12 square. Speaking about his studies, in an unpublished article of man's greatest achievement, Tesla outlined his dynamic theory of gravity, saying that luminiferous ether fills all space. Tesla said that the ether is acted upon by the life-giving creative force. The ether is thrown into infinitesimal whirls, micro-helices, at near the speed of light, becoming ponderable matter. Then the force subsides and motion ceases, matter reverts to the ether, a form of atomic decay. Mankind can harness these processes to precipitate matter from the ether, create whatever he wants with the matter and energy derived, alter the Earth's size, control Earth's seasons, guide Earth's path through the universe, like a spaceship, cause the collisions of planets to produce new suns and stars, heat and light, originate and develop life in infinite forms. Interestingly, Tesla went beyond inventions and was onto something big. In fact, when we read about Nikola Tesla's ether, we realize how far ahead of the rest of the world this brilliant mind actually was. I have worked out in all details and hope to give to the world very soon. It explains the causes of this force and the motions of heavenly bodies under its influence so satisfactorily that it will put an end to idle speculation and false conceptions, as that of curved space. We just have to find a way to see it, feel it, and harness it. Tesla may have found a way, but the rest of mankind was not ready for it.
I'm a little bit giddy today. Every once in a while we have a story that blows my mind, so I'm sure it's about to blow yours.
Who will be the first lucky volunteer?
Throwing us a little crumb. Too bad they're brainwashing. Makes everyone numb.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.